fast out there, he's so fast. A couple days ago, I bit the inside of my jaw, and I keep fighting it. You ever do that? It makes it so disconnected, it makes your teeth open.
So this would be 28 or 29. And so
Because we remember those rocks in the
3 years.
Right, yeah.
At the end
Right.
of the week. So we practice.
Right.
And then we
Something I heard.
But should be on the top of the
Yeah, it's like, well, it's in the town, whatever you do, just swing it kind of like, but I want to do like.
Good question.
Okay.
And depending on the school, it's 25 program.
Okay.
Beautiful day.
Because I'm seeing this guy, it says,
It's a shot.
more pure.
But she has a so she just made it.
I need to put my hair on here.
But
We talked about. Well, we saw that.
Yeah.
Texas this past week, so now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they're
Was
one
it
of
the
the
university?
got by, school.
They use the outside.
They go out there and
They get more comfortable.
they're for a while, they're dating.
Oh, yeah, she's the first one.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And he has large right now, so that he has he read it. But it's one thing, just so because he's been working on. And
Welcome to Bard Fest, Indy's Shakespeare Festival. I'm Matthew Sosi with WFYI Radio, and tonight we are pleased to present William Shakespeare's Richard II, a new adaptation directed by Mr. Glenn Dobbs. The performance is presented in 2 acts, each lasting approximately 50 minutes. There will be a 15-minute intermission. Please take a moment to locate exits that you may find useful if needed. Please turn off all cell phones and other noise-making devices. The taking of photography or video during the performance is prohibited. The show is one of several productions we are offering this year. To learn more about the other productions, please visit our website at indybardfest.com. Bardfest would like to thank our patrons for making tonight's performance possible, particularly Indy Politics and Mr. Abdul-Hakim Shabazz, whose generosity makes the festival possible. Welcome. The show will begin in a moment.
All right, ladies.
Welcome to our presentation of Richard II by William Shakespeare. This program is to help teach us about life and art and the world beyond these walls. There are a few things you should know.
Most women in prison are not here because of violence. They almost all have a long history of abuse and sexual violence.
Which makes it harder to come back to society. Mental health is neglected. Most prison systems were designed for men. The United States has more of its population in prison than any other country in the world.
Not that we're trying to make excuses. I was a victim of abuse, but I fought back. He's dead now. I'm here. I have to do the time.
So we work on things to try and make our lives better. These plays and you all being here help.
So, let's get started. As Shakespeare would say, let us on your imaginary forces work.
It is July 13th, 1377. It was hot that day in Westminster Abbey. A new king was being crowned.
He was only 10 years old.
It is a detailed story, so to help, we will wear these. White means you are a supporter of the king or Team Richard.
Blue means you're with Bolingbroke, who wants to overthrow Richard, the rightful king. He says he doesn't want to, but we all know he does.
And yellow means you are neutral in the conflict.
How can anyone be neutral to the king?
You will see. God made him the king. At least he thought so.
And what God has chosen should not be disposed of lightly.
Is there a young person in the audience who would like to be part of the play? Great. Come on down, honey. Oh, isn't she cute? Oh, okay, you just stand right there. Sirs, may I present unto you Richard of Bordeaux, to commit his homage and service to all of you come here this day. Are you willing to do the same? And you answer, we are.
We are.
No. You answer, we are.
We are.
Sire, will you, in all your judgments, so far as in you lies, preserve unto God and his holy church entire peace and concord?
I will preserve that.
Sire, will you, as far as in you lies, cause justice to be rendered rightly, impartially, and wisely, in truth and compassion?
I will do so.
Sire, will you grant to be held and observe all the just laws and customs that the people of your realm shall devise?
I will grant and promise.
Kyrie eleison, Christi eleison, Kyrie eleison. May God crown you with a crown of glory and righteousness. Not all the water in the rough, rude sea can wash the balm off from an anointed king. The breath of mortal men cannot depose the deputy elected by the Lord. Amen.
Amen.
And if those feet in ancient times walk upon England's mountains free, and was the holy Lamb of God on England's pleasant pastures seen, and did the countenance divine shine forth upon our clouded hills, and was Jerusalem builded here among these dark satanic wheels.
Long live King Richard, of that name the second.
Long live King Richard! May the king live forever! Long live King Richard! May the king live forever! Long live King Richard! May the king live forever!
Let's talk of graves and words and epitaphs.
Write sorrow on the bosom of the earth.
Let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories.
Of the death of kings.
How some have been deposed,
Some slain in war, some haunted by the ghosts they have deposed.
Some poisoned by their wives. Some sleeping killed.
All murdered.
Richard would grow up and become a tyrant.
Old John of Gaunt, time-honored Lancaster, hast thou brought hither Henry Hereford, thy bold son, here to make good the boisterous late appeal, which then our leisure would not let us hear, against the Duke of Norfolk, Thomas Mowbray?
I have, my liege.
Tell us, moreover, hast thou sounded him on some known ground of treachery in him?
As near as I could sift him on the argument, on some apparent danger seen in the Duke aimed at your Highness.
Then call them to our presence. Face to face, the accuser and the accused. Freely speak.
many years of happy days befall my gracious sovereign, my most loving liege.
Until the heavens envying earth's good hap add an immortal title to your crown.
We thank you both. Yet one but flatters us, as well appeareth by the cause you come, namely to appeal each other of high treason. Cousin of Hereford, what dost thou object against the Duke of Norfolk, Thomas Mowbray?
First, heaven be the record of my speech. Now, Thomas Mowbray, do I turn to thee, and mark my greeting well. For when I speak, my body shall make good upon this earth. Thou art a traitor, and a miserable, too good to be so, and too bad to live.
The fair reverence of your highness curbs me from giving reins and spurs to my free speech.
but I do defy him and I spit at him.
Villain. What doth our cousin lay to Mowbray's charge?
Look, what I speak, my life shall prove it true. That Mowbray hath received 8,000 nobles in name of lending for your royal highness's soldiers, the which he hath detained for lewd employments, like a false traitor and an injurious villain.
Yes.
Oh!
Mowbray, impartial are our eyes and ears. He is our subject, Mowbray. So art thou. Free speech and fearless I to thee allow.
And Bolingbroke?
Thou liest!
Wrath-kindled gentlemen, be ruled by me. Let's purge this collar without letting blood. Forget, forgive, conclude and be agreed. Our doctors say this is no month to bleed. Good uncle, let this end where it's begun. Will come the Duke of Norfolk, you your son.
To be a make-peace shall become my age. Throw down, my son, the Duke of Norfolk's gage.
And Norfolk, throw down his.
When, Harry, when? Obedience bids, I should not bid again.
Norfolk, give me his gage. Lions make leopards tame.
Yea, but not change their spots. My honor is my life. Both grow in one. Take honor from me and my life is done.
Cousin, throw up your gage. Do you begin?
Oh God, defend my soul from such things!
Not to sue, but to command. But since we cannot do to make you friends, be ready, for your lives shall answer it. At Coventry, upon St. Lambert's Day.
Very good.
Marshal, demand of yonder champions, both who they are and why they come hither thus plated in habiliments of war.
In God's name and the King, say who thou art, and why comest thou nicely clad in arms?
My name is Thomas Mowbray, Duke of Norfolk. My king in my succeeding issue against the Duke of Hereford, to prove him in defending of myself a traitor to my God, my king, and me.
Harry of Hereford, Lancaster, and Derby, and I. You stand to prove that he is a traitor, foul and dangerous, to God of heaven, King Richard, and to me.
Yes.
On pain of death, no person be so bold or daring hardy to touch the list, except the Marshal.
Lord Marshal, let me kiss my sovereign's hand and bow my knee before his majesty.
The appellant in all duty greets your highness and craves to kiss your hand and take his leave.
We will descend.
Oh, let no noble eye profane a tear for me, if I be gored with Mowbray's spear.
Come on, Harry.
dear blood which it had fostered. Therefore, we banish you our territories. You, cousin of Hereford, upon pain of life, till twice 5 summers have enriched our fields, shall not re-greet our fair dominions, but tread the stranger paths of banishment.
Your will be done. This must my comfort be. Sun that warms you here shall shine on me.
Nor for thee remains a heavier doom, which I with some unwillingness do pronounce. The hopeless word of never to return, breathe I against you upon pain of life.
Most heavy sentence, my most sovereign liege, and all unlooked for from your highness' mouth. What is thy sentence, then, but speechless death, that robs my tongue from breathing native breath?
It boots thee not to be compassionate, after our sentence plain comes too late. Return again, and take an oath with thee. Lay on our royal hand your banished hands. Swear by the duty you owe to God. Our part therein we banish with yourselves, to keep the oath that we administer. You never shall, so help you in truth and God, embrace each other's love in banishment, nor never look upon each other's face, nor never write, recreate, nor reconcile this lowering tempest of your homebred hate, nor never by advised purpose meet to plot, contrive, or complot any ill against us, our state, our subjects, or our lands.
I swear.
And I keep all this.
Norfolk, by this time, had the king permitted, one of our souls had wandered in the air. Confess thy treasons ere thou fly the realm. Since thou hast far to go, bear not long the clogging burden of a guilty soul.
No, Bolingbroke. If ever I were traitor, my name be blotted from the book of life. But what thou art, thou, God, and I do know. And all too soon I fear the king's shackled brew.
Oh, uncle, even in the glasses of thine eyes I see thy grieved heart. Thy sad aspect hath from the number of his banished years plucked 4 away. 6 frozen winters spent, return with welcome home from banishment.
How long a time lies in one little word. Such is the breath of kings.
I thank my liege that in regard of me, he hath 4 years from my son's exile. The little vantage shall I reap thereby. My oil-dried lamp and time-bewasted light shall be extinct with age and endless night.
Uncle, thou hast many years to live.
But not 1 minute, king, that thou canst give.
Cousin, farewell. And uncle, bid him so. 6 years we banish him, and he shall go.
Teach thy necessity to reason thus. Think not that the king did banish thee. Come, my son, be on thy way, and I, thy youth and cause, I should not stay.
Then England's ground farewell. Sweet soil, adieu. My mother and my nurse that bears me yet. Where'er I wander, boast of this I can. Though banished, yet a true-born Englishman.
Oh, you have to do that again. I was ready.
6
As where our England, in reversion, is.
Well, he is gone, and with him go these thoughts. Now, for the rebels which stand out in Ireland, expedient manage must be made, my liege, ere further leisure yield them further means for their advantage and your highness's loss.
We will ourselves in person to this war.
My liege.
And for our coffers have grown somewhat light, we are enforced to farm our royal realm. The revenue whereof shall furnish us for the affairs in hand. We will make for Ireland presently. Screw. What news?
Old John of Gaunt is grievous sick, my lord, suddenly taken, and hath sent post-haste to entreat your majesty to visit him.
Where lies he?
At Lancaster.
Now put it, God, in the physician's mind to help him to his grave immediately. Oh, the linings of his coffers shall make coats to deck our soldiers for these Irish wars. Well, come, gentlemen, let us all go visit him. And pray God that we make haste and go to live.
The king come, that I may breathe my last in wholesome counsel to his unstayed youth.
Vex not yourself, nor strive with your breath, for all in vain comes counsel to his ear.
Oh, but they say the words of dying men enforce attention like deep harmony. Where words are scarce, they are seldom spent in vain, for they breathe truth that breathe their words in pain. Though Richard, my life's counsel would not hear, yet my death's sad tale may yet undeaf his ear.
No, it is stopped with other flattering sounds.
His rash, rude, fierce blaze of riot cannot last, for violent fires soon burn out themselves. This royal throne of kings, this sceptered isle, this earth of majesty, this seat of Mars, this other Eden, demi-paradise, this fortress built by nature for herself against infection and the hand of war. This happy breed of men, this little world, this precious stone set in a silver sea, which serves it in the function of a wall, or as a moat, defensive to a house against the envy of less happier lands. This blessed plot, this earth, this Eden, this land long time have I watched. Watching breeds leanness. Leanness is all gone. The pleasure that some fathers feed upon is my strict fast. I mean my children's looks, and therein fasting hast thou made me gaunt.
Can sick men play so nicely with their names?
Since thou dost seek to kill my name in me, I mock thy name, great king, to flatter thee.
Should dying men flatter with those that live?
No, no. Men living flatter those that die.
But thou, now a dying man, sayest thou flatterest me?
Oh, no. Thou diest, though I the sicker be.
I am in hell. I grieve and see thee ill.
Now he that made me knows I see thee ill. Thy deathbed is no lesser than thy land, where thou liest in reputation sick. And thou, too careless, patient that thou art, commits thy anointed body to the care of those physicians that first wounded thee. A thousand flatterers lie within thy crown, whose compass is no bigger than thy head. Landlord of England art thou now, not king! Ah!
You lunatic, lean-witted fool! Darest, in thy frozen admonition, make pale our cheek, chasing the royal blood with fury from his native residence. Now, by my seat, right royal majesty, wilt thou not, my father's son? This tongue that runs so proudly in thy head should run thy head from off thy irreverent shoulders.
Live thou in thy shame, but die not thy shame with thee.
I do beseech your majesty, impute his words to wayward sickliness and age in him. He loves you on my life and holds you dear, as Harry, Duke of Hereford, were he here.
Right. You say true. As Hereford's love, so his. As theirs, so mine. And all be as it is.
My liege, old Gaunt commends him to your majesty.
What says he?
Nay, nothing. All is said. His tongue is now a stringless instrument. Words, life and all old Lancaster have spent.
Bjork the next must be bankrupt, so death be poor, it ends a mortal woe.
The ripest fruit first falls, and so doth he. His time is spent. Our pilgrimage must be.
Yes, well, so much for that. Now, for our Irish wars. Now, we must have landed those rough, rock-headed cans, and for these great affairs to ask some charge. Towards our assistance, we do seize the plate coins, movables, and revenues whereof our Uncle God did stand possessed.
How long must I be patient? Oh, how long shall tender duty make me suffer wrong? I am the last of noble Edward's sons, of whom thy father, Prince of Wales, was first. And war was never thine, raged more fierce. Peace was never gentle and more mild. It's that young rights of banished Hereford. Is not God dead, and is not Henry living? Was not God just, and is not Henry true? Did not the one deserve to have an heir? Is not the heir a well-deserving son? Take Hereford's rights away, and take from time his charters and his customary rights. Let not tomorrow then ensue today. Be not thyself, for how art thou king, but by fair sequence and succession. Now before God, if you do wrongfully seize Hereford's rights, you pluck 1,000 dangers on your head. You lose 1,000 well-disposed hearts. To prick my tender patience to those thoughts which honor and allegiance cannot think.
Well, think what you will. We seize into our hands his fleet, his goods, his money, and his lands.
I'll be lost by the while, my liege. Farewell. What will ensue hereof, there's none can tell.
Tomorrow next we will for Ireland, and 'tis time. And then we create, in absence of ourselves, our Uncle York, Lord Governor of England. He is just, and has always loved us well. Tomorrow we must part. Be merry, for our time to stay is short.
Well, lords, the Duke of Lancaster is dead and living too, for now his son is Duke.
Barely entitled, not in revenue.
Richly in both, if justice had it right. My heart is great, but it must break with silence ere it be disburdened by a liberal tongue.
Nay, speak thy mind, and let him ne'er speak more that speaks thy words again to do thee harm.
Tends that thou would speak to the Duke of Hereford? If it be so, I would then boldly, man. Great is my ear to hear good towards him.
No good at all that I can do for him, unless you call it good to pity him, bereft and gelded of his patrimony.
God, 'tis shame Sir Drom's reborn in him a noble prince, and many more of noble blood in this declining land. The king is not himself, but basely led by flatterers and what they will inform, merely in hate against any of us all. That will the king severely prosecute against us, our lives, our children, and our heirs?
The commons hath he filled with grievous taxes and quite lost their hearts. The nobles hath he fined for ancient quarrels and quite lost their hearts.
The king's grown bankrupt, like a broken man.
Reproach and dissolution hangeth over him.
He hath no money for these Irish wars, but by the robbing of the banished Duke.
His noble kinsman, most degenerate king. My lords, we hear this fearful tempest sing, yet we seek no shelter to avoid the storm. We see the winds that soar upon the sails, yet we strike not and securely perish.
We see the very wreck that we must suffer, and unavoided is the danger now.
Nay, not so. Even through the hollow eyes of death I spy life peering, but I dare not say how near the tidings of our comfort us.
Nay, let us share thy thoughts as thou dost ours.
Be confident to speak, Northumberland. We three are but thyself, and speaking such thy words are but as thoughts. Therefore be bold.
Then thus, I have from Port Lavon, a bay in Brittany, received intelligence that Harry, Duke of Hereford, is making hither with all due expedience, and shortly means to touch our northern shore. Perhaps they have heard this, but that they stay the first departing of the king for Ireland. If then we shall shake off our slavish yoke, imp out our country's drooping wing, redeem from broken palm the blemished crown, and make high majesty look like itself again. Away with me in haste to meet him there. But if you faint, as fearing to do so, stay. Be secret. Myself will go.
To horse first, don't stand in fear.
Hold up my horse, and I will first be there.
God save his majesty. I hope the king is not in ship for Ireland. Why helpest thou so?
His designs great haste, his haste good hope.
The banished Bolingbroke repeals himself, and with uplifted arms is safe arrived at Ravensburg.
Now
I do so, should belie my thoughts. Comfort's in heaven, and we are on the earth, where nothing lives but crosses, cares, and grief. The king, he is gone to save far off, whilst others come to make him lose at home. Here am I left to unplot his land. The weak with age, cannot support myself. I know not what to do. Now shall we try his friends that flatter him? Gentlemen, we go muster men. Yes.
The wings expand for news to go to Ireland, but none returns. For us to levy power proportionable to the enemy is all impossible.
Besides, our nearness to the king in love is near the hate of those love not the king.
And that's the wavering comments. Their love lies in their purses, and whoso empties them by so much fills their hearts with deadly hate.
Therein the king stands generally condemned.
And if judgment lie in them, then so do we, because we ever have been near the king.
Well, I will for refuge straight to Bristol Castle.
Thither will I go. Will you go along with us?
No, I will to Wales with Scroope to rouse the troops. The men there will stay loyal to his majesty. Farewell. If heart's presages be not vain, we three here art that ne'er shall never meet again.
That's his work thrives to beat back Bolingbroke.
Alas, poor Duke, the task he undertakes is numbering sands and drinking oceans dry. Where one on his side fights, thousands will fly.
Farewell at once, for all and ever.
Well, we may meet again.
I fear me, never.
How far is it, my lord? To Berkeley now?
Believe me, noble lord, I am but a stranger here. These high, wild hills and rough, uneven ways draws out our miles and makes them wearisome. Yet thy fair discourse has been as sugar, making the hard way sweet and delectable.
Of much less value is my company than your good words. But who comes here? My noble uncle.
Show me thy humble heart, and not thy need, whose duty is deceivable and false.
My gracious uncle.
Tut, tut! Grace me no grace, and uncle me no uncle. I am no traitor's uncle, and that word grace in an ungracious mouth is but profane. Why have these banished and forbidden legs dared once to touch a dust of England's ground? But then more why? Why have they dared to march so many miles upon her peaceful bosom, fighting her pale-faced villages with war and ostentation of despised arms? Comest thou because the anointed king is his? Why, foolish boy, the king is left behind, and in my loyal bosom lies his power. Were I but now the lord of such hot youth as when brave gods, thy father and myself, rescued the Black Prince, that young Mars of men from forth the ranks of many thousand French, then how quickly this arm of mine should chastise thee, and minister correction to thy fault.
My gracious uncle, let me know my fault. On what condition stands it, and wherein?
Even in condition of the worst degree, in gross rebellion and detested treason.
No.
Thou art a banished man, and here art come, before the expiration of thy time, in braving arms against thy sovereign.
As I was banished Hereford. But as I come from Lancaster. And noble uncle, I beseech your grace, look on my wrongs with an indifferent eye. You are my father, for methinks in you I see old Gaunt alive. O then, my father, wilt thou allow me to stand condemned, a wandering vagabond, my rights and royalties plucked away perforce, and given way to upstart unthrifts? Wherefore was I born? If my cousin king be king of England, it must be granted that I am Duke of Lancaster. You have a son, Amber, my noble cousin. Had you first died and he been thus trod down, he should find his uncle Gaunt a father, to rouse his wrongs and chase them to the bay. What would you have me do? I am a subject, and I challenge law. Attorneys are and therefore, personally, I lay my claim to my inheritance of free descent.
The noble Duke hath been too much of you. It stands your grace upon to do him right.
These men by his endowments are made great.
My lords of England, let me tell you this. I have had feeling of my cousin's wrongs, and labored all I could to do him right. But in this kind to come, in braving arms, be his own carver and cut out his way, to find out right with wrong, it may not be. And you, that do abet him in this kind, cherish rebellion, and are rebels all.
The Duke has sworn his coming is but for his own, and by the right of it, we have all strongly sworn to give him aid, and let him ne'er see joy that breaks that oath.
Well, well. I see the issue of these arms. I cannot mend it. I must needs confess. For my power is weak, and all ill left. But if I could, by him that gave me life, I would attack you all and make you stoop under the sovereign mercy of the king. But since I cannot, be it known to you, I do remain as neuter.
But we must win your grace to go with us to my father's seat. To see those lands again, I must call mine.
No friends, no foes. To me welcome you are. Things past redress are now with me past care.
My lord, we have stayed 10 days and hardly kept our countrymen together, and yet we hear no tidings from the king. Therefore, we will disperse ourselves. Farewell.
Stay yet another day, thou trusty Welshman. The king reposeth all his confidence in thee.
'Tis thought the king is dead. We will not stay. The bay trees in our country are all withered, and meteors fright the fixed stars of heaven. The pale-faced moon looks bloody on the earth, and lean-looked prophets whisper fearful change. These signs forerun the death or fall of kings. Farewell. Our countrymen are gone and fled, as well assured Richard, their king, is dead.
Ah! Oh, Richard, with the eyes of heavy mind I see thy glory like a shooting star, and crossly to thy good all fortune goes.
Bushy and green, I will not vex your souls, since presently your souls must put part to your lives. With too much urge in your pernicious lives, for too much charity, yet to wash your blood from off my hands, here in the view of men I will unfold some causes of your deaths. You have misled a prince, a royal king, a happy gentleman in blood and lineaments, by you unhappy and disfigured clean. Myself, a prince by fortune of my birth, near to the king in blood and near in love, till you did make him misinterpret me, have stooped my neck under your injuries, and sighed my English breath in foreign clouds, eating the bitter bread of banishment. Whilst you have fed upon my signalings, disfogged my parks, and felled my forest woods, from my own windows torn my household coats, raised out my empress, leaving no sign save men's opinions and my living blood, to show the world that I am a gentleman. This, and much more than twice all this, condemns you to the death. See them handed over to execution and the hand of death.
More welcome is the stroke of them to me than Bolingbroke to England. Lord, farewell. You will regret that.
See the
and must I like it well. Oh, I weep for joy to stand upon my kingdom once again. Oh, dear earth, I do salute thee with my hand. The rebels wounded thee with their horses' hoofs. As a long-parted mother with her child plays fondly with her tears and smiles in meeting, so weeping and smiling, greet I thee, my earth, and do thee favors with my royal hands. Feed not thy sovereign's flow, my gentle earth, nor let thy sweet comfort his ravenous senses, but let thy spiders that suck up thy venom and heavy-gated toads lie in their way, doing annoyance to the treacherous feet. Mock not my senseless conjuration, lords. This earth shall have a feeling, and these stones prove armored soldiers ere her native king shall falter under foul rebellion's arms.
Fear not, my lord. That power that hath made you king hath power to keep you king in spite of all.
He means, my lord, that we are too remiss, whilst Bolingbroke through our security grows strong and great in substance and in power.
Discomfortable cousin, knowest thou not that when the searching eye of heaven is hid behind the globe that lights the lower world, then thieves and robbers range abroad unseen? But when from under this terrestrial ball he fires the proud tops of the eastern pines and darts his light through every guilty hole, then murders, treasons, and detested sins stand bare and naked, trembling at themselves. So in this thief, this traitor, Bolingbroke, who with all this while hath reveled in the night, shall see us rising in our throne, the East. His treasons will sit blushing in his face, for not all the water of the rough-rude sea can wash the ball off from an anointed king. For every man that Bolingbroke hath pressed to lift shrewd steel against my golden crown, God, for his Richard, hath in heavenly pain a glorious angel. And then, if angels fight, weak men must fall, for heaven still guards the right. Welcome, my lord. How far lies off your power?
Nor nearer nor farther off, my gracious lord, than this weak arm. Discomfort guides my tongue and bids me speak of nothing but despair. Oh, one day too late, I fear me, noble lord, hath clouded all thy happy days on earth. Oh, call back yesterday, bid time return, and thou shalt have 12,000 fighting men. Today, unhappy day too late, o'erthrows thy joys, friends, fortunes, and thy state. For all the Welshmen hearing thou wert dead are gone to Bolingbroke, dispersed and fled. Comfort, my liege. Why looks your grace so pale?
But here, the blood of 20,000 men did triumph in my face, and they are fled. Till never so much blood comes again, have I not reason to look pale and dead?
Comfort, my liege.
name 20,000 names. It's on my name. A puny subject strikes at thy great glory. And look not to the ground, ye favorites of a king. Are we not high? High be our thoughts. I know my uncle York had power enough to serve our turn. But who comes here?
More health and happiness betide my liege. Then can my care-tuned tongue deliver him.
My ear is open, and my heart prepared. The worst is worldly laws that thou canst unfold. Say, is my kingdom lost?
Glad am I that your highness is so armed to bear the tidings of calamity. Like an unseasonable stormy day, so high above his limits swells the rage of Bolingbroke, covering your fearful land and hard bright steel and hearts harder than steel. White beards have armed their thin and hairless scalps against thy majesty. Boys with women's voices strive to speak big and clap their female joints in stiff, unwieldy arms against thy crown. Both young and old rebel, and all goes worse than I have the power to tell.
What has become of Bushy? Where is Green? If we prevail, their heads shall pay for it. I warrant they have made peace with Bolingbroke.
Peace have they made with him, indeed, my lord.
Villains! Vipers! Damn you without redemption! Dogs, easily won to fawn on any man! Snakes in my hot blood that warm my heart! Judases, each one thrice worse than Judas! Who did they make peace? Oh, terrible hell! Make war upon their spotted souls for this offense!
Again, uncurse their souls. Their peace is made with heads, not with hands.
Are Bushy and Green dead?
I, all of them at Lancaster, lost their heads.
Where's the Duke, my father, with his power? No matter where.
Of comfort, no man speak. Let's talk of graves, of wars, and epitaphs. Make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes write sorrow on the bosom of the earth. Let's choose executors and talk of widows. And yet, not so. For what can we bequeath save our deposed bodies to the ground? Our lands, our lives, and all Bolingbroke's. And nothing can we call our own but death. And that small model of the barren earth which serves as a paste and cover to our bones. Oh, for God's sake, let us sit upon the ground and tell sad stories of the death of kings. How some have been deposed, some slain in war, some sleeping killed. All murdered. For within the hollow crown that rounds the mortal temples of a king keeps death his court. And there the antic sits, scoffing his stilt and grinning at his pomp, allowing him a breath, a little scene to monarchize, be feared, and kill with looks, infusing him with vain and self-conceit, as if this flesh, which was about our life, were brass impregnable, and humid first comes at the very last, and with a little pin bores through his castle wall. And farewell, king. Cover your heads, and mock not flesh and blood with solemn reverence. Throw away respect, tradition, form, and ceremonious duty. For you have but mistook me all this while. I live with bread like you. Feel want, taste grief, need friends. Subjected thus, how can you say to me that I am a king?
My father hath the power. Inquire of him, and learn to make a body of a limb.
Yes, thou chidest me well. Proud Bolingbroke, I come to change blows with thee for our day of doom. Yes, an easy task it is to win our own. Say, Scroop, where lies our uncle with his power? Speak sweetly, man, although thy looks be sour.
Men judge by the color of the sky. My tongue hath but a heavier tale to say. I play the torturer by small and small, to lengthen out the worst that must be spoken. Your Uncle York is joined with Bolingbroke, and all your northern castles yielded up, and all your southern gentlemen in arms upon his party.
Thou hast said enough.
Be shrew, thee cousin, which didst lead me forth of that sweet way of despair. What say you now? What comfort have we now? By heaven, I will hate him everlasting that bids me comfort no more. Go to Flint Castle, there I'll pine away, a king, woe's slave, shall kingly woe obey. He does me double wrong, that wounds me with the flatteries of his tongue. Discharge my followers from Richard's night to Bolingbroke's fair day.
Will not this castle yield?
The castle is royally named, my lord, against thy entrance.
Royally? Why? It contains no king.
Yes, it doth contain a king, my lord. King Richard lies within the limits of yon lime and stone. And with him are the Lord Admiral, Lord Bagot, Sir Stephen Screw. Besides, the clergyman of holy reverence I cannot learn.
Belike it is the Bishop of Carlisle.
Noble lords, go into the rude ribs of that ancient castle. Through brazen trumpets, send the breath of parley into his ruined ears, and thus deliver. Henry Bolingbroke on both his knees doth kiss King Richard's hands, and sends allegiance and true faith of heart to his most royal person. Hither come even to at his feet to lay my arms and power, provided my banishment be repealed and lands restored freely given. If not, I'll use the advantage of my power and lay the summer's dust with showers of blood, rain from the wounds of slaughtered Englishmen. The which, how far off from the mind of Bolingbroke it is. Such crimson tempest should be drenched the fresh spring lap of fair King Richard's land. My stooping duty tenderly shall show. March on, and mark King Richard how he looks.
We are amazed, and thus long have we stood to watch the fearful bending of thy knee. For we thought ourselves thy lawful king, and if we be, how dare thy joints forget to pay their awful duty to our presence? And if we be not, show us the hand of God that hath dismissed us from our stewardship. For we well know that no hand of blood and of bone can gripe the sacred handle of our scepter, lest he do profane, steal, or usurp. And though you think, as all you have done, have torn their souls by turning them from us, and we are barren and bereft of friends, no, my master, God omnipotent, is mustering in his clouds on our behalf armies of pestilence, and they shall strike your children yet unborn and unbegot, that lift your vessel hand against my head, and threat the precious glory of my crown.
Our King of Heaven, forbid our Lord the King should so with civil and uncivil arms be rushed upon. Thy thrice noble cousin Harry Bolingbroke doth humbly kiss thy hand, and by the honorable tomb he swears that stands upon your royal grandsire's bones, and by the very warlike hand of Gaunt, and by the worth and honor of himself, his coming hither hath no further scope than for his lineal royalties.
Northumberland, say thus the king returns. His noble cousin is right welcome hither, and all the numbers of his fair demands shall be accomplished without contradiction.
We do debase ourselves, cousin, do we not? To look so poorly and to speak so fair.
Shall we call back to Northumberland and send defiance to the traitor?
And so die?
No, good my lord. Let's fight with gentle words till time leads friends and friends their helpful swords.
name of king? Oh, in God's name, let go. I'll give my jewels for a set of beads, my gorgeous palace for a hermitage, my figured goblets for a dish of wood, my subjects for a pair of carved saints, my large kingdom for a little grave, little grave, an obscure grave, or I'll be buried in the king's highway by some way of common trade where subjects' feet may hourly trample on their sovereign's head. For on my heart they tread now whilst I live. So buried once, why not again upon my head? Oh, oh, thou weepest. Oh, my tender-hearted cousin.
We'll make foul weather with despising tears.
And our sighs, they shall lodge the summer corn, and to make a dearth in this revolting land. Or shall we play the wanton with our woes, and make a pretty match with shedding tears, and drop them thus upon one place, till they have fretted us a pair of graves within the earth? And therein lay two kinsmen, digged their graves with weeping eyes. Would not this inn do well? I see. I talk but idly, and you laugh at me. Most noble prince, my lord Northumberland, what says King Bolingbroke?
My lord, he doth attend to speak with you. May it please you to come down.
Down! Down I come! Like glistering Phaethon, wanting to manage unruly jades in the base court. Base court, where kings grow base. To come at traitors' call and to do them grace.
Stand all apart and show fair duty to his majesty. My gracious lord,
Fair cousin, you do debase the earth to make your princely knee base with kissing it. Me rather had my heart felt your love, and my unpleased eyes see your courtesy. Up, cousin, up. Your heart is up, I know. Thus high, at least, although your knee be low.
my gracious lord, I come but for mine own.
Your own is yours. And I am yours and all.
So far be mine, my most redoubted lord, as my true service shall deserve your love.
quickest and surest way to get. Oh, uncle, give me your hand. Nay, dry your eyes. Tears show their love, but want their remedy. Cousin, I am too young to be your father, though you are old enough to be my heir. What you will have, I'll give, and willing too. For do we must what force will have us do. Set on towards London, cousin? Is it so?
Yea, my good lord.
Then I must not say no.
Call forth Baggett. Now, Baggett, freely speak thy mind. What thou dost know of the noble Gloucester's death, who wrought it with the king, and who performed the bloody office of his timeless end.
And set before my face the Lord Honorable.
Cousin, stand forth and look upon that man.
My Lord Amro, I know thy daring tongue scorns to unsay what once it hath delivered. In that dead time, when Gloucester's death was being plotted, I heard you say, is not my arm of length that reacheth from the restful English court as far as Calais to mine uncle's head? Princes and noble lords, what answer shall I make to this base man?
Oh, hey!
Shall I so much dishonor my fair stars on equal terms to give him chastisement? Either I must, or have mine honor soiled by the attainder of his slanderous lips.
though mine enemy, restore to all his lands and signories. When he's returned, against honor will we enforce his trial.
That honorable day shall ne'er be seen. Many a time the banished Mowbray fought for Jesu Christ in glorious Christian field, and toiled him with works of war, retired him to Italy, and there in Venice gave his body to that pleasant country's earth, and his pure soul into his captain Christ, under whose colors he had fought so long.
Why, Bishop, is Mowbray dead?
As surely as I live, my lord.
Sweet peace conduct his sweet soul to the bosom of good old Abraham. Lords appellants, your differences shall all rest under gauge, till we assign you your days at trial.
Great Duke of Lancaster, I come to thee from plume-plucked Richard, who with willing soul adopts the heir. Ascend his throne, descending now from him, and long live Henry, for the battle.
In God's name, I'll ascend the regal throne.
Mary, God forbid! Would God that any in this noble presence were enough noble to be upright judge of noble Richard? What subject can give sentence on his king, and who sits here who is not Richard's subject? And shall the figure of God's majesty, his captain, steward, deputy-elect, anointed, crown-planted many years, be judged by subject and inferior breath, and he himself not present? Oh, for offended God, that in a Christian climate souls refined should show so heinous, black, obscene of a deed. I speak to subjects, and the subjects speak stirred up by God, thus both before his king. My lord of Hereford here, whom you call king, is a foul traitor. And if you crown him, let me prophesy. The blood of English shall manure the ground, and future ages groan for this foul act. In this seat of peace, tumultuous war shall kin with kin, and kind with kind confound. Disorder, horror, fear, and mutiny shall here inhabit, and this land be called the field of Golgotha, and a dead man's skull. Oh, if you raise this house against this house, it will the woefulest division prove that ever fell upon this cursed earth.
Well, have you argued, sir? And for your pains, a capital treason.
Fetch hither Richard, that in common view he may surrender, so that we shall proceed without suspicion.
I will be his conduct.
Alack, why am I sinful to a king? Before I have shook off the regal thoughts wherewith I reigned. I hardly yet have learned to insinuate, flatter, bow, and bend my limbs. Give sorrow leave a while to tutor me. Yet I well remember the favors of these men. Were they not mine? Did they not sometime cry, all hail to me? So Judas did to Christ, but he in 12 found truth in all but one. I in 12,000, no.
God save the king! Will no man say amen? Oh, am I both a priest and clerk? Amen! God save the king! Although I be naughty, amen. If heaven do think him me, to do what service am I sent for hither?
To do that office of thine own goodwill, which tired majesty did make thee offer. The resignation of thy state and crown. Henry Bolingbroke.
Give me the crown. Here, cousin. Seize the crown. Here, cousin. On this side my head, and on that side yours. Now, is this golden crown like a deep well that owes two buckets filling one another? The emptier of a dancing in the air, the other down, unseen and full of water. That bucket down and full of tears am I, drinking my griefs whilst you mount up on high.
I thought you had been willing to resign.
My crown I am, but still my griefs are mine.
Part of your cares you give me with your crown.
Your cares set up, do not pluck my cares down. My care is loss of care by old care done. Your care is gain of care by new care won. The cares I have given away, they tend the crown, yet still with me they stay.
Are you contented to resign the crown?
No! No, for I must nothing be ever no. No. Now, mark me, how I will undo myself. I give this heavy weight from off my head, the pride of kingly sway from out my heart. With mine own tears, I wash away my ball. With mine own hand, I give away my crown. With mine own tongue, deny all sacred rights. With mine own breath, repeat all duties, rights. Make me with nothing happy, and with nothing grieved.
achieved. Long mayest thou live in Richard's seat to sit, and soon lie Richard in an earthly pit. God save King Harry! Unkinged, Richard says, and send him many years of sunshine days.
But more remains. No more. But that you read these accusations and these grievous crimes committed by your person and your followers against the state and profit of this land. That by confessing them, the souls of men may deem that you are worthily deposed.
Must I do so? And must I ravel out my grieved up folly? Gentle Northumberland, if thy offences were upon record, would it not shame thee in so fair a troop to read a lecture of them? If thou would, there should one find a heinous article containing the deposing of a king. Nay, all of you who stand upon whilst my retinue doth bait myself. Oh, there's some of you. Wash your hands with Pilate, showing an outward pity. Oh, yet you Pilates here have delivered me to my sour cross. And water cannot wash away your sins.
My lord, dispatch. Read o'er these articles.
Mine eyes are full of tears. I cannot see. Oh, but salt water blinds them not. That I can see a sword of traitors here. Nay, if I turn mine eyes upon myself, I find myself a traitor with the rest. For I have given here my soul's consent to undeck the pompous body of a king. Made glory base, sovereignty a slave, proud majesty a subject, state a peasant.
My lord.
No lord of thine, thou hot, insulting man! No man's lord! I have no name, no title, no, not that name was given to me at the vault, but 'tis usurped. Alack, the heavy day I have worn so many winters out, and now know not what name to call myself. Oh, that I were a mockery cake of snow, standing before the sun of Bolingbroke, to melt myself away in water drops. Good king, great king, and yet not greatly good. And if my word be sterling yet in England, let it command a mirror hither straight, that I may show me what a face I have, since it is bankrupt of his majesty.
Go, Some of you, and fetch a looking glass.
Read o'er these papers while the glass doth come.
Fiend, ere thou tormentest me ere I come to hell.
Urgence no more, my lord Northumberland.
The Commons will not then be satisfied.
I shall be satisfied. I will read enough when I see the very book indeed, where all my sins are writ, and that is myself. Give me the glass, and therein will I read. No deeper wrinkles yet. Hath sorrow struck so many blows upon this face of mine, and made no deeper wounds? Oh, flattering glass, thou dost beguile me. Was this the face that under his household roof did keep 10,000 men? Was this the face that, like the sun, did make beholders weak? Was this the face that faced so many follies, and then at the last was outfaced by Bolingbroke? A bit of glory shining in this face. As brittle is the glory that is this face. For there it is, cracked in 100 shivers. Mark, silent king. The moral of this sport: how soon my sorrow hath destroyed my face.
The shadow of your sorrow hath destroyed the shadow or your face.
Say that again. The shadow of my sorrow? Oh, let's see. 'Tis very true. My grief lies all within, and these external manners of lament are merely shadows to the unseen sorrow that swells in silence in the tortured soul. Yes, well, there lies the substance. Oh, and I thank thee, King, for the great bounty, which not only givest me cause to wail, but teachest me how the way to lament the cause. I will beg one boon, and then be gone and trouble you no more. Shall I obtain it?
Name it, fair cousin.
Fair! Oh, fair cousin! Oh, well, I am greater than a king. For when I was but a king, my flatterers were then but subjects. Being now a subject, I have a king here to my flatterer. Being so great, well, I have no need to beg.
Get asked.
And shall I have?
You shall.
And give me leave to go.
Whither?
Whither you will, so that I go from your sights.
Go. Some of you. Convey him to the tower.
Oh, good. nimbly by a true king's fall.
On Wednesday next, we solemnly set the dates of our coronation. Lords, prepare yourselves.
A woeful pageant have we here beheld. The woes to come, the children yet unborn shall feel this day to them as sharp as thorn. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti. In nomine Patris et Filii et Spiritus Sancti.
You holy clergyman, is there no plot to rid the realm of this pernicious blood?
I see your brows are full of discontent, your heart full of sorrow, and your eyes full of tears. Come home with me to supper, and I shall lay a plot shall show us all a merry day.
Join not with grief, their laughter not so, to make my end all too sudden. Learn, good soul, to think of former state but a happy dream, from which awakened shows us but this. I am sworn brother sweet to grim necessity, and he and I shall keep a league till death.
Is my Richard, both in shape and mind, transformed and weakened? Hath Bolingbroke deposed thine intellect? Hath he been in thy heart?
Good sometime, queen, prepare me hence for France. Think that I am dead, and here thou takest, as from my deathbed, thy last living leave. Lord, in winter's tedious nights, sit by the fire with good old folk, and let them tell thee tales of woeful ages long ago pitied. And ere bid them good night, to quit their griefs, tell thou the lamentable tale of me, and send the hearers weeping to their beds.
My lord, you must straight to the tower. And sir, there's an order for you as well.
Northumberland, thou ladder, the mounting Bolingbroke ascends at my throne. The hours shall not be many time of age, more than ere it is foul sin, gathering head, shalt break into corruption. And thou shalt think, and though he divide the realm, and give thee half, it's too little. Helping him to all, and he shall think that thou, who knowest the rightful way to plant unrightful kings, shalt know again, and be ne'er so little urged to pluck him headlong from the usurped throne.
My guilt be on my head, and their end take leave and part.
Dominatorvost, bad men, you violate a twofold marriage twixt me and my crown, and now twixt me and my love. Let me unkiss that oath twixt thee and me. Yet not so, for a kiss was made.
shaky-faced Adam, of course. Whilst old tongues cried, God save thee, Bolingbroke. Ah, you would have thought the very windows spake. So many greedy looks of young and old from casements darted their desiring eyes upon his visage.
Alack, poor Richard. Where rode he the widest?
As in the theatre, the eyes of men are idly bent on him that enters next, thinking his prattle to be tedious. Even so, all with much more contempt. Men's eyes did scowl on gentle Richard. No man cried, God save him. No joyful tongue gave him his welcome home. The dust was thrown upon his sacred head. Which such gentle sorrow shook off, that had not God for some strong purpose steeled the hearts of men, he must perforce have melted. But heaven hath a hand in these events. Bolingbroke always sworn subjects now.
My son,
Amarel it was, but that is lost for being Richard's friend. And madame, you must call him Whatland now. I am in Parliament pledged for his truth and lasting fealty to the new-made king. What news from Oxford? Hold those justs and trials.
Fraught, I know, my lord, they do.
You will be there, I know.
If God prevent not, I purpose so.
What seal is that? Hey, lookst thou pale. Let me see the writing.
'Tis nothing.
No matter then who see it, I will be satisfied. Let me see the
I
writing.
do beseech your grace. It is a matter of small consequence, which, for some reasons, I would not have it seen.
Which, for some reasons, sir, I mean to see. I fear.
what should you fear?
Boy, let me see the writing.
I do beseech you, pardon me, I may not show it.
I will be satisfied. Let me see it, I say. Treason. Foul treason.
My lord, what is the matter?
I will sound my horse. God for his mercy, what treachery is here?
What is the matter?
Peace, foolish woman.
I will not.
What is the matter?
Good mother, be content. It is no matter that my poor life must answer.
Life answer?
make thee safe.
Stay thy revengeful hand. Thou hast no cause to fear.
Open this door or I will break it open.
What is the matter, uncle? Speak!
Peruse this writing here, and thou shalt know the treason that my haste forbids me show.
Read. Not my name there. I do repent to me. My heart is not confederate with my hand.
It was, villain, ere thy hand did set it down. I tore it from the traitor's bosom, king. Fear not, love begets his penitence.
O heinous, strong, and bold conspiracy! O loyal father of a treacherous son! Thy overflowing good converts to bad, and thy abundant good shall excuse this deadly blot in thy digressing son.
Thou kill'st me in his life, giving him breath. The traitor lives, the true man's put to death.
What oh, my liege?
What shrill voice softly makes this eager cry?
A woman at your hand. My Lord, 'tis I. Speak with me. Pity me. Open that door. A beggar begs that never begged before.
Our scene is altered from a serious thing and is now called The Beggar and the King. My dangerous cousin, let's get mother in. I know she comes to pray for your foul sin.
If thou be pardoned, whosoever pray, more sins will this forgiveness prosper may. This festered joint cut off, the rest sound. This let alone will all the rest confound.
Oh, King, believe not this hard-hearted man. Love loving not itself, none other can.
Thou frantic woman, what dost thou make here? Shall thy old dogs once more a traitor rear?
Oh, sweet York, be patient, hear me, gentle liege.
Rise up, good aunt.
Nay, not yet, I thee beseech. Forever will I walk upon my knees till thou give joy, till thou grant me joy, and pardon my transgressing boy.
Unto my mother's prayers do I bend my knee.
Against them both my true joy extended be. Ill mayest thou thrive if thou grant any grace.
Pleads he in earnest? Look upon his face. His eyes do drop no tears. His prayers are in jest. His words come from his mouth, ours from our breasts.
Good aunt, stand up.
Nay, do not say stand up. Say pardon first, and afterwards stand up. I never longed to hear a word till now. Say pardon, King, let pity teach thee how.
Good aunt, stand up.
I do not sue to stand. Pardon is all the suit I have in hand.
I pardon you, as God shall pardon me.
Oh, happy vantage of a kneeling knee. But I am sick with fear. Speak it again.
With all my heart, I pardon him.
Oh, God on earth thou art.
But as for the bishop, and the abbot, and the rest of that consorted crew, destruction straight shall dog them at the hills. But uncle, help to send some powers to Oxford or where'er these traitors are. They shall not live upon this earth, I swear, but I will have them when I find them. But uncle, farewell, and cousin too, adieu. Your mother well hath prayed and proved you true.
Come, my old son. Come. I pray God make you new.
Didst thou not mark, King, what words he spake he wistfully looked on thee. I would thou wert the man that would divorce this terror from my heart. Meeting the king in the tower. Come, let's go. We are the king's friend and will rid his foe. Come on, coward. You can do it.
I've been studying how I may compare this prison where I live unto the world. And for because the world is so populous and here is not a creature but myself, I cannot do it! Yet I'll hammer it out. My brain, I'll prove the female to my soul. When my soul the father, and these two beget a generation of still breeding thoughts. And these same thoughts people this little world. Oh, and in humors like the people of this world, thoughts tending to ambition, they do plot unlikely wonders. How my vain, weak nails may tear a passage through the flinty ribs of this hard world. My ragged prison walls, and for they cannot die in their own pride. Thoughts tending to content, they flatter themselves. But they are not the first of fortune's slaves, nor shall not be the last. Like silly beggars who, sitting in the stocks, refuge their shame that many have and others must sit there. And in this thought, they find a kind of ease, bearing their own misfortunes on the backs of such who have endured the like. Thus play on. And the one person, many people.
heart when I beheld on London streets that coronation day when Bolingbroke rode on Roan Barbary, that horse thou so often hast bestrid, that horse I have carefully dressed.
Rode he on Barbary?
Tell me, gentle friend, how went he under him? So proudly as if he disdained the ground. So proud that Bolingbroke was on his back. That a jade had eaten bread from my royal hand. That hand that made him so proud with clapping him. Would he not stumble? Would he not fall? Oh, since pride must have a fall and break the neck of that proud man that did usurp his back.
Forgiveness. Horse.
Why do I rail on thee? Since thou wert created to be awed, by man wast born to bear. I was not made a horse, yet I bear a burthen like an ass. Gold, spurred, and tired by jouncing Bolingbroke. If thou loved me, 'tis time thou wert away.
You. Of course it would be you.
Go thou, and fill another room in hell!
My noble lords, welcome. What is the news?
First, to thy sacred state wish I all happiness. The next news is, to London I have sent the heads of Oxford, Salisbury, Blunt, and Kent.
We thank thee for thy pains.
My lord, I have from Oxford sent to London the heads of Becket and Sir Stephen Screw, two of the dangerous consorted traitors.
Thy pains you shall not be forgot.
The grand conspirator, Abbot of Westminster, with clog of conscience and sour melancholy, hath yielded up his body to the grave. But here is Carlisle living.
Carlisle, this is your doom. Choose out some secret place, some reverend room, more than thou hast enjoyed thy life. Though mine enemy thou hast ever been, high sparks of honor have I seen in thee.
Great King, within this coffin I present thy buried fear. Herein, all breathless lies the mightiest of thy greatest enemies. Richard of Bordeaux, by me hither brought.
Admiral, I thank thee not, for thou hast wrought a deed of slander with thy fatal hand upon my head and all this famous land.
From your own mouth, my lord, did I this deed.
They love not poison that do poison need, nor do I thee, though I wished him dead. I hate the murderer, love him murdered. Lords, I do protest. My soul is full of woe that blood should sprinkle me to make me grow. Come, mourn with me, of that I do lament, and put on some sullen black incontinent. I'll make a journey to the Holy Land to wash this blood from off my guilty hand.
Bring me my bowl of burning coal. Bring me my arrows of desire. Bring me my spear, all clouds unfold. Bring me my chariot of fire. I will not cease from mental fight, nor shall my sword sleep in my hand, till we have built Jerusalem in England's green and pleasant land. Wait! Wait!
One moment, please. We're not done yet. Just one moment.
No time! Get in line, ladies! Yeah, just give us a minute, give us a minute. Come on, hurry! Hey! Hurry. All right? All right, ladies.